Hey, good evening. Saturday night, July 4th. You'll probably hear some fireworks going off in the background here. I thought about my dad and my mom as he went to war for freedom. So the title of this video is Freedom Isn't Free. Before my brothers and I were born, my dad entered the Navy and was shipped off to the South Pacific, where he served for the next 2.5 years. When he left, he had no assurance that he would ever come back home again. The future of my brothers and I sailed with him. My mom's life and her heart went with him. He was not alone. Tens of thousands of others were on the same journey, carrying the dreams, hopes, and fears of an entire generation on their shoulders. Why? The simple answer is this: freedom isn't free. Wars are not won with generals and politicians. They are won with the courage, sacrifice, and blood of teenagers and young adults with the commitment to freedom. Scores upon scores of thousands of young people were ready to lose their lives to keep the dream of freedom alive. They had a collective sense of good versus evil. They had a collective sense that God mattered, even if some of them were not exactly sure why. They knew that honor mattered. They knew that faith mattered. They knew that freedom wasn't free. The freedom that we have as Christians is also not free. A price had to be paid. A life had to be sacrificed. This day, remember why your country is free and why you are free from the weight of your sin. Freedom isn't free. Where does this idea come from of self-sacrifice? Well, it didn't originate with us, it originated with God. Paul explains it to us this way. You see, at just the right time, when we were still powerless, Christ died for the ungodly. Very rarely will anyone die for a righteous person, though for a good person, someone might possibly dare to die. But God demonstrates his love for us in this: while we are still sinners, Christ died for us. See, we make the mistake of thinking God in a linear, sequential fashion. The image of God in man always contained this beauty of Christ. Freedom isn't free because Christ died for us and gave us that vision of being willing to die for others. That's the beauty of what it means to know freedom. Rest well this night. Freedom isn't free.